I'm a 50-year-old man, and I've been married to my wife, Amy, for 23 years. We have 3 kids, Rachel, 22, Jake, 19, and Ava, 17. Recently, Amy admitted that she had been cheating on me with a coworker, Matt, for 2 years. She said she was ready to take their relationship further and felt it was the right time to tell me, because our kids are almost all grown up. When she told me, I was heartbroken, and I'm glad none of the kids were around to see me break down in tears. Rachel had moved out for work. Jake was in college, and Ava was at a friend's house. Amy picked that day to tell me because we were alone. I begged her not to leave and to give our marriage another chance, but she said she couldn't stay in a loveless marriage anymore. I was devastated, and my first reaction was to deny what she was saying and beg her to stay. I let myself cry for about half an hour before the reality hit, and I started to calm down. Amy kept saying things like, "It'll get better," and treated me like a hurt animal, not her husband. After 23 years of marriage, she left me for someone else. Once I calmed down, I stood up and told Amy to leave the house because I didn't want her there anymore. She was surprised that I went from begging her to stay to asking her to leave. Honestly, I was surprised too, but I said it anyway. She didn't say anything back and quietly packed a few things into a bag. I realized she had probably been planning this and saw it coming. She gave me an awkward side hug, which I didn't return. I just stood there, stiff and numb. After she left, I cried for hours until Ava came home. I felt broken, not knowing what to do. My marriage had fallen apart, and the woman I loved had cheated on me for 2 years. What hurt even more was that she didn't seem to think she had done anything wrong. She acted like it wasn't a big deal, only trying to comfort me because she probably felt awkward sitting there while I cried. So many thoughts were running through my mind, but after a week, I'm feeling more stable. I've been holding it together for the sake of my kids, even though this has been a huge shock to them too. When Ava came home, she found me asleep on the couch. When I woke up, she saw that I'd been crying because my eyes were red and swollen. She asked me what was wrong and where her mother was. After asking several times, I finally told her. I knew that telling Ava the truth would make it real and probably make me cry again, but I told her anyway. I ended up crying more, which felt embarrassing, but at least Ava was there to comfort me, and I knew she really cared. She was just as shocked as I was when I first found out. I wasn't thinking clearly at the time, so I hadn't told anyone yet. But Ava made some calls and let her siblings know they should come home, and she called my brother Eric too, to ask if he could come help. Eric is 45 and still single by choice, but he's a reliable guy, and I knew I could count on him. He showed up at my house within a few hours, even though he lives far away. He knew I needed time to process everything, so he moved in with us for a few days to help take care of things. It's been a week now, and he's still here, along with my kids. We're all trying to cope and make sense of everything, but it still feels like a nightmare I can't wake up from. I didn't expect Amy leaving to affect me this much, but I think Eric was right to come help. Since she left, I've been really lost and can't even get out of bed some mornings. So yes, I do need all the help I can get. My kids have been incredibly sweet, and I'm really thankful for them. I've spoken to my lawyer, and we're preparing for the divorce. I haven't filed for it yet because I've been waiting for Amy to serve me. It was strange that this hadn't happened earlier, but last night I found out why Amy hadn't filed for divorce yet, even though she told me she was leaving. Late at night, I got a call from her. I was shocked because we hadn't spoken since she left, and I had no idea why she would be calling me out of the blue after almost a week. I answered, and she sounded upset and like she had been crying. She asked about the kids, and I told her they were all here, along with my brother. I tried not to let her hear the concern in my voice because I didn't want her to know that I still cared, though I did. After I answered her questions about the kids, she started crying, which really surprised me. She was the one who cheated and left, so it didn't make sense for her to be crying. I couldn't help myself and asked her if she was okay. She told me that Matt had turned her away when she asked to move in with him after leaving our house. Apparently, he wasn't ready for a relationship and just wanted to have fun. He told her he was still young and wanted to enjoy life before settling down. Even though Amy is attractive for her age, she's 50 with 3 kids, and that's not what Matt was looking for in a partner. He wanted someone who could give him a future, but he didn't think Amy could because of her age. Now, Amy was having a breakdown because she had nowhere to go. She cried on the phone for about 15 minutes, realizing that her affair had ruined her life. She told me that the kids weren't speaking to her and had blocked her on everything without a word. She had been staying in a hotel for the past week because she didn't know if I would take her back, and she was too afraid to ask. She called me because she didn't know what else to do, and she couldn't live in the hotel forever. She asked if I would let her come back and give her another chance. I was shocked by her audacity, and, in that moment, all my concern and sadness turned into anger, which honestly should have happened sooner. I told her there was no second chance for her, just like she didn't give me one. I told her I was glad this was happening to her, because she deserved it for what she did. Then I hung up and turned off my phone, so I could sleep without thinking about her. I was really angry that she even thought, after everything she'd done, that she could just come back to me and I'd fix everything for her like I always did. We'd had a lot of ups and downs in our marriage, like most couples, but I always tried to fix things, even though she rarely apologized. It was always me chasing after her, trying to make things right, even when I wasn't in the wrong. But I had enough. I couldn't ignore what she did, and I didn't want to forget it. This was the wake-up call I needed. I had always loved her more than she loved me, and more than she deserved, but that ended now. I don't think I did anything wrong by asking her to leave and refusing to let her come back. The house is technically mine, because I'm the one who bought it, so it's my property. She can't force me to let her live there, but she's trying to manipulate me, making me feel like I'm being cruel, like I'm the bad guy. After I turned my phone back on this morning, I saw several texts from her. She was furious and acting like the victim, saying I was being selfish and not thinking of her, which is strange since she cheated on me. She also accused me of turning the kids against her, which isn't true. I didn't even know the kids had blocked her and refused to talk to her until she told me. So, I don't think that's my fault at all. Maybe it's my anger talking, but it just seems crazy that she's accusing me of being selfish because I don't want to give our marriage another chance after she cheated. Then, when she got rejected by Matt, she came crawling back, thinking I'd take her back instantly. I don't think I'm wrong here, and I want to make sure I'm not being unnecessarily cruel out of anger. So, I'm asking you all, am I the asshole for not letting my wife move back in after she cheated on me with her coworker? Hey everyone! First of all, a huge thank you to everyone who took the time to respond to my original post. I'm really grateful that I made the post and realized how badly Amy was gaslighting me. She had me questioning my decision not to let her back into my home and life. I was having second thoughts, and I would have given in if I hadn't posted here. So, thank you to everyone who responded. I really appreciate it. I think you all saved me from a lifetime of misery and mistrust that would have happened if I had decided to forgive Amy and get back with her. But now, I'm back to my senses, and I know she doesn't deserve a second chance. It's been a few days since my original post, and she's been texting me a lot, trying to convince me to take her back. She's used every tactic from making me feel guilty to gaslighting me. She keeps apologizing, saying she made a huge mistake by having an affair and that she'll do whatever it takes to make it up to me. I don't know why she thinks I'll take her back after what she did. This isn't just a small argument, and she's treating it too lightly. She still doesn't understand how big of a betrayal it was, and I doubt she ever will. I'm feeling a lot better now, so I've sent Rachel and Jake back home to get on with their lives. Ava is still staying with me, and she checks in on me, which I appreciate. But I've told her not to let me hold her back from having fun with her friends or doing things that make her happy. I know this is tough for all of us, but we'll get through it eventually. Ava is supposed to move out for college in the fall, so I want her to enjoy her time here while she can. My brother is still living with us, and I'm really thankful for that. I've talked about the emotional impact of Amy's affair and leaving, but there are also everyday things that have been affected by her absence. These might seem small, but they're constant reminders that she's gone. Now that Amy is gone, we needed someone to take over her chores. She used to do all the laundry because she said she enjoyed it. The kids and I handled the cleaning, taking out the trash, and washing the dishes, while Amy did the laundry and cooking because she liked it. Now, it's up to me and Eric to take over. Ava has her own life, and I didn't want to keep her home just to help with chores. My brother has been a huge help since he moved in. Even though he's not very emotional or affectionate, he's been there for me and has helped me feel like I can relax a little. I really needed that. I know he'll have to go back to his own life eventually, but I'm lucky to have him here now. As for the legal stuff, my lawyer, I've already filed for divorce. We went ahead with the petition yesterday because I realized Amy wasn't going to file for divorce anymore. She wanted to come back. She'll be served with the papers in a few days, and then the real battle will start. Just thinking about it is exhausting, so I can only imagine how much more draining it will be when I actually have to go through it all. I never thought I'd have to get divorced, but here we are. It feels horrible, but I know there's nothing else I can do. At least I can say I did my best to save the marriage, and whatever is happening now is her fault, not mine. So, I don't need to feel guilty about what happened. I'm also glad my kids are all grown up now, because I don't think I could handle a custody battle along with the divorce. Amy was served with the divorce papers today, and I don't think she took it well. If the texts she sent me are any indication, she didn't. I haven't blocked her yet, because I don't have the strength to cut her off completely, but I will soon. She sent me several horrible messages about things she wants to happen to me. According to her, I'm the one who ruined her life, and now I'm just getting revenge on her for trying to have some fun. She told me she wanted a change in her life to escape her boring, repetitive routine. She said I'm almost 50 and look like it, and she just wanted something different. The thing about me looking my age is fair because I stopped going to the gym a long time ago, and my hairline is receding. But I think that's just because, like everyone else, I'm getting older. I'm the father of 3 kids, and most of them are adults now, so it's natural for me to look my age. It's not like I'm ugly or unhealthy. I've stayed in decent shape for my age. But if she wants me to look the same way I did when we were in our early 20s, that's a problem. I don't think it's possible to look the same age unless you're a celebrity and can spend all your time and money on keeping up your appearance. Of course, she finds Matt more physically attractive than me, but that's where marriage and commitment come in. If she couldn't control herself and jumped at the first young guy she found attractive, that's not my fault. It's kind of sad that she's still trying to blame me and act like what she did was okay, and that I should have fixed myself. But that's just how she is, I guess. Only now am I finally seeing all the red flags. I've been ignoring things for over 20 years because I love my wife. But now that she's going to be my ex-wife, I see what kind of person she really is, and I feel like an idiot for never noticing it before. I should have known, but I chose to ignore it because I loved Amy. Even now, deep down, I know I still love her, which feels pathetic and embarrassing to admit, but I can't help it. That's why I haven't blocked her or cut her off completely yet. But I'm hoping I find the strength to do it soon, because I don't think I can deal with her craziness anymore. I don't want to see more of this side of her. I won't call it her evil side because what she's doing is worse than that. It's cruel to the point of being almost laughable, if that makes sense. There's been a very ironic twist, but thankfully it doesn't affect me directly. A few hours ago, my daughter Rachel told me that Amy is having online drama with Matt. Apparently, yesterday she posted a rant about how Matt led her on for 2 years and then dumped her because he didn't see a future with her. Thinking about it now, it was pretty stupid of her to leave her life behind without even talking things through with him. First, I'm not a cheater, but she should have thought things through before jumping into a relationship with Matt. She should have at least asked him if he wanted the same things. A couple of other female coworkers commented on her post and said that Matt had also been involved with them. So, basically, the guy was just sleeping around in the office and never really loved Amy at all. I didn't believe in karma before, but this feels like karma at its best. I can't believe this is happening to her. I blocked Amy, and so did Rachel. But she found out from a cousin who still has Amy added, because we haven't told the rest of the family yet. I think the post itself speaks volumes, though. I'll tell my family soon, but for now, I just want to sit back and enjoy the drama Amy's gotten herself into. Matt truly deserves some credit. I can't imagine anyone being able to juggle multiple affairs at the same office for over a year. I hated him at first when I found out Amy cheated with him, but now I'm starting to respect him a bit. I might even congratulate him and say, well played or something.